Hi, my name is Chloe Breckenridge, and I'm in Exceptional Children Online this summer with Miss Vaughn in Summer 2, and this is my research article notebook presentation. The 5 articles I'm going to be speaking on are Spectrum of Strategies by Kim Green, Increasing Rural Special Education Teacher Candidates by Evelyn Johnson, Kindergarten's Growing Pains by Christina Samuels, The Education Experience for Students with Gifts and Talents by Jennifer Jolly, and last, Embedding Secondary Transition in Common Core State Standards by Audrey Bartholomew. Okay, the first article I'm going to be speaking on is Spectrums of Autism by Kim Green. And in this article, there are 10 strategies listed and explained on ways to help students with autism really be able to focus in the classroom and succeed. Just a few are encourage them to tell social stories, take breaks, and keep it simple. It was a very good article. It flowed well, and it was very easy to read and understand. My review on the article personally is I work hand in hand with an autistic child, and it's very interesting to see these simple things that you can do for them to benefit them in the classroom. So I really enjoyed the article, and I think anyone going into special education or education in general for that matter would really benefit from reading it. My second article is Increasing Rural Special Education Teacher Candidates by Evelyn Johnson. And this article was less fun to read but very interesting. And it discussed the lack of special education teachers in rural areas and the programs that are being implemented to try and increase that number. Like I said, it wasn't extremely beneficial to me because I wasn't as interested in that topic, but it was a very well explained and the article flowed well. My personal review on it is very relevant for the newspaper it was published in. It was a rural magazine, so it was prevalent to the people reading it, and anyone in areas like that could benefit from the article. My third articles are Kindergarten's Growing Pains by Christina Samuels, and this was a cute little article about the demands that are being placed on our young people today, especially in kindergarten. No longer are they just coloring and playing and getting to go to recess. They actually have high demands when it comes to Common Core State Standards and the objectives they have to reach. The concern in this article was that not all special education children could reach these objectives. And that was interesting to see and read about the concerns that teachers have in today's society. The skills that are being mastered in kindergarten, however, are increasing, and it is very prevalent and obvious when you look at statistics, the things that are getting done in kindergarten. So it was a very interesting article. It brought a lot of light to someone wanting to go into that young of education, kindergarten and first grade. I think it would be beneficial for anyone wanting to become a kindergarten or first grade teacher to read so that their eyes can be open to the demands that are going to be placed on them. My fourth article was The Education Experience for Students with Gifts and Talents by Jennifer Jolly. And this article brought light to something that I had never personally thought about. It discussed the gifted and talented students that are overlooked. And it's often said that children with special needs are harder to deal with when they do have special needs. But on the other end of the spectrum, these gifted and talented students can be equally as hard to deal with because they're smarter. Sometimes they think they're smarter than the teacher. So the article did a good job of explaining why it is important to seek out these students with special educations and get them into the programs that they really need. My review on the article was, it was very informative, and it wasn't something that I had ever personally thought of. So I think anyone going into special education, or just education for that matter, could really benefit from this article and see the importance of really getting those students placed where they belong. Because students with gifts and talents often really do have a lot going on in their mind, and they don't always verbally speak it, but it comes out in other areas. So it's important to look for those things when you're teaching. My last article was Embedding Secondary Transition in Common Core State Standards by Audrey Bartholomew. And this was my last article, but it was my favorite because it kind of talked about how special education in the past has not really progressed as common education has with standards and evolve. And special education has kind of been on the back burner. Well, now the demands of the special education teachers and students are getting higher and higher and higher, and it explains ways to bring bring real life skills that are needed for these students with these special needs into the Common Core state standards and helping them master their specific needs while they're learning. Before it was easy, I don't know, my review on the topic was like, in schools I had been to in special education classes, it was easy just to focus more on the daily life skills and not so much on the school. Well, now that's not an option. It's not something that you get to choose. They have to meet these objectives and their daily life skill objectives. So the article didn't really give too many examples of ways for teachers to embed these things in the Common Core standards. However, there were charts. I kind of wish the article had given more ideas on what to do. But it did bring a lot of light to the situation, and it brought a lot of light to the fact that Common Core state standards are being implemented all over the spectrum, whether it be in our gifted and talented rooms or our special education rooms. So those are my 5 articles that I decided to speak on, and I really enjoyed them. So thank you.